So how do you read the inequality of a graph? Well, here's a graph here where it's showing that you're beginning at -1. The circle is where you're going to begin. The arrow tells you whether the numbers are going to be less than, which is be to the left, or greater than to the right. The circle itself tells you whether or not to include that number in your possible solutions. So in this particular case, since I have a open circle at -1, I am not going to include -1. And since my arrow goes to the left, all the numbers to the left of -1 are obviously less than -1. So this answer should be less than -1. So x should be less than -1 and not equal to -1. B is incorrect because it is not equal. If it's equal, the circle should be colored shaded in. If it's not equal, it should not be shaded in, and there should be no underline. So since this one has a closed circle, you know that it is equal to -4, and since the arrow points to the left, it's less than -4 also, so the answer will be less than or equal to -4, which is B. The arrows to the left, less than, equal sign underneath, -4. The numbers are going to be less than -3 because the arrow points to the left, and because the circle is closed or shaded in, it will be equal to -3. So x is less than or equal to -3. This time, my answers will be greater than 4, so because the arrow is pointing to the right, but since the circle is open, it is not equal to 4, so the answer will be greater than or not equal to 4. So just greater than 4. X is greater than 4. X here is greater than 4 because the alligator is getting eaten. X is greater than 4. So now we have a graph. All the numbers are greater than 0 because it's to the right. Since the circle is closed in, it can also be equal to 0. Since it's shaded in, it can be equal to 0. So this is x is greater than or equal to 0. So here, my answer will be all the numbers that are less than 5 because it's to the left. And since the circle is open, that will be less than 5, not equal to 5, because it's not shaded in. So this will be x is less than 5. So that's going to be A. So finally, I have all the numbers that are greater than 1 because the arrow is pointing to the right. But then you also include the 1 because the circle above 1 is colored in or shaded in. So this will be x is greater than or equal to 1. So that's really all it is. Just make sure that you're paying attention to the direction of the arrow. To the left is less than, to the right is greater than. If the circle is shaded in, it's equal. If it's not shaded in, it's not equal. So there should be no equal sign in your answer. Hope that helps. Let's get it done.